Hello. Is it working? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Where am I hearing myself from? Okay, never mind. I figured that out. Oh god, that was scary. Alright. Thankfully, it auto-saved where I was after my fucking computer exploded last time. So now I just need to bother everyone by spamming links. Okay, there we go. And now I'm gonna close everything I can in the hopes that my graphics card won't fucking die again. So now it's just between me and God and praying that my computer survives. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go because I don't have any kind of intro or anything like that. So let's go back to our sad cat, Apollo. I still can't fucking stand him leaning against the wall like that. Jesus fucking Christ.
I thought this would be easier, but it's as if Persephone left instructions to thwart me. Every staff member I approach screams and runs off.
How's it going? I forgot to put the chat in again.
Your search has been more successful.
We were talking
about It might help if I knew more about Persephone.
It couldn't hurt. What would you like to know, exactly?
Tell me about how she killed a man again.
What's Persephone's story? Her name rings a bell, but I don't...
No doubt you've heard the tale of how Hades, lord of the underworld, kidnapped a young sweet goddess and made her his wife.
That sweet young goddess was Persephone.
Mm-hmm. Her mother, Demeter, was so enraged she blanketed the world in ice, rendering it barren and infertile. Zeus was forced to act. He decreed that Persephone would be shared between Demeter and Hades, and thus the matter was resolved. Well, you asked. That's her story, as the mortals tell it.
Button up your shirt.
So tell me, how much of Persephone's legend is true?
Well, let's see. Hades did kidnap Persephone. That certainly did happen. The idols almost went to war over it until Zeus intervened and ordered Hades and Persephone to wed. That quieted things. At least until Persephone killed Hades.
Yay! I love Grace's face here, like she killed him.
Whoa.
As I understand it, Hades was not kind to her. I'd like to say we handled it well, that Zeus and the idols were mindful of what Persephone had been through, but that would be a lie. Persephone was punished for the murder, the underworld taken from her, and we all stood by and let it happen.
So
she has never forgiven us. And honestly,
she opened a club called the Underworld.
I can't blame her.
Cope.
If I were her, I'd be mad at you all too.
Then you understand why things are difficult between us.
So she killed somebody. Did she get a trial?
I thought she was just mad at me, but everyone seems afraid of Persephone.
Noticed that, did you? Persephone's angry with everyone, and has been for a very long time. I've told you why. But it's more than that.
Oh?
She does not let go of a grudge. 1,000 years could pass, and Persephone will remember what you did like it was yesterday.
Mood. Relatable. Iconic, honestly.
Wait, Persephone killed another idol?
Oh, long time ago, yeah.
What about all of Athena's rules? Wouldn't Persephone have been, I don't know,
executed? The murder of Hades is probably why we now have that rule. Back
if you ever wonder why there's a stupid rule, it's because
Persephone
there was a
had
stupid
usurped
person.
Hades' throne, but we couldn't believe it. It just wasn't done. Now, of course, I look back and think we should have seen it coming. Oh, the benefit of hindsight.
Why didn't you see it coming? You're the god of prophecy.
When I look, I learned long ago not to.
I do not see.
So what happened to Persephone after...
The murder? She survived, like the rest of us. She got older, and when we came to the New World, I think she would have left us if it was allowed. It isn't, so instead she did as she pleased. She started a cult, became a crime boss.
Oh, fuck yeah, cult.
Oh, what?
It was after her last transition, but
She's trans?
honestly, I have no insight into anything
It's a
Persephone
trans
does
cult?
these days.
You don't come here often, I'm guessing?
Never. I'm sure Persephone only sent the membership as a formality. I doubt she thought I'd ever use it.
Don't you ever have fun? No drinking or dancing in Apollo land?
Absolutely not.
Once. When I had the
Oh my
muses to keep me
god,
company.
you're so pathetic. I don't even want to flirt with him anymore. I'm gonna, but he's so fucking pathetic.
I'm a muse now. I can keep you company.
Blech.
Nothing would make me happier.
Blech.
But you do have a predicament to solve first.
I can solve a murder end club.
I found someone who will bring me to Persephone.
Finally. I'll be right behind you.
You're coming with me? But I thought...
She seems even angrier with you than she is with me. I might be able to mediate.
We'll see, I guess.
What else do you gotta say, Apollo? What's up?
Are we not going to see Persephone?
Oh, okay.
I thought you found a way to
You're just gonna
her.
fucking shit talk me. Okay. Whatever, man.
I should get going. Persephone awaits.
Right behind you.
God. She looks so cool. Hi, Pan. I missed you. Oh, is it musical time? Are we gonna sing? Not yet.
If you're angry with anyone, Persephone, be angry with me. It was I who...
I will deal
Which
with
was
you
I.
later.
Oh,
I was willing
God,
to
is
leave
that
you be,
shameful?
Grace. To wait until your guilt was certain. And yet here you are, in my domain, uninvited. Why? Are you here to beg for mercy?
If you want me
Are you
to.
here to challenge me? Should I be afraid?
Hi.
This isn't a challenge, Persephone. I have questions.
Questions for me? Good. Because I have questions for you. Do you really expect us to believe that Calliope chose you?
Yes.
What's the real story? Did you stumble across her as she lay dying and desperate?
No.
Are you an accident? Did you learn what she was? Did you torture her, hold her at the point of death until she agreed to
hang
hand
on.
over
Okay.
her eidolon?
Persephone, this isn't...
You have every reason to try to prove your innocence, Grace. But I have no reason to help you.
I think we are projecting. I think we are aggressive. Apollo,
Now
do
would be a
you
good
wanna
time to
say
mediate,
anything?
Apollo.
Is that why you're here, brother? Because you know me so well?
Because I know that you care. Far more deeply than you
Hi,
could ever
Aaron.
admit.
How's it going?
How would you know that? You resigned. You abandoned everything and everyone who ever needed you.
Now you live in a pathetic
You
house
don't know the
with an
first
oracle.
thing about me, and you never did. Just crawl back into your dark little hole, Apollo.
Get in your hole, pathetic man.
You knew Calliope.
We all knew Calliope.
She was staying at your apartment.
You knew her. Better than I or anyone else suspected.
Are you implying that I had something to do with her death?
Prove
Perhaps.
you didn't. That's how idols work, isn't it?
What is... What? Oh, what's happening? Oh, you're we're gonna start the song.
You hear that? You're in my house, little muse. You want answers? Fight for them.
Oh, here we go.
A lost little girl. You shouldn't have come here.
She's so hot.
And I sure ain't in the mood to make new friends. Go home, little girl.
The skull is so cool.
The shadows drawing near, and you all alone. We both know how this ends. Let's see how far she bends. We all know how this ends.
Let's get the audience on our side. This is smart. I'm sure, probably. Oh, Grace, this is not going well.
I guess I'm this evening's sacrifice. But I'll see what I can do. You
Oh,
deserve
Grace,
a
we're a
good
pathetic
show.
cat.
Big hand for your usual MC.
Oh, Grace, this is horrible.
She's planned a brutal takedown just for me. Hopefully I last a couple rounds. You deserve a good show. I won't let you down.
My, we caught a butterfly, such a delicate thing. What a find, I hope she doesn't mind when we pull off her wings. Maybe you don't know who I am.
Yeah, let's fight.
Maybe you don't know who I am.
Wait, you're she the Persephone?
Holy shit!
A celebrity dissing me. Now remind me, P, jog my memory. Sorry, not up on my ancient history. Underworld, now that rings a bell. Was it you who was married to the king of hell? It's hazy, Hades. So you're his lady before my time because I'm such a baby.
Pop quiz, what do you think that this is? Some little poetry slam. Cute rhymes, but you're out of time. Do you know who I am? Maybe you don't know who I am.
Of course, it's so one.
Please teach me my ABCs. Me, I never featured in Euripides. So where are they now? Wow, look around. You're the big cheese of a hole in the ground.
Oh. You can't insult the trans cult.
Don't
That's
you
not nice.
have any idea what you're dealing with, child? Surprise, surprise. Coins on
Ah,
your
she's gonna
eyes. Give them to the ferryman.
Ooh.
Get it in your little head. You're spitting at the queen of the dead.
Not anymore. You got usurped.
Then I guess you've heard it all before. Gave it my best and then you slammed the door. Raises the question, who else you'd ignore? Stay in the dark and fight your endless war.
She just won't die.
Certain you can't be surprised anymore.
Come on, kid, scram.
You know, there's someone else that I speak for.
Still don't know who
I think they should start making out.
Do you hear that?
Oh god, we summoned her.
Calliope.
She had something to say. Would you turn her away?
Please don't do this.
What has that music woken up in you? Remember the other thing that she could do? Here we go.
Oh no, we're getting the crowd on our side. Oh, it's over, Persephone.
On the left now. Had you forgotten how to listen to all of the songs out there you never knew? Every night they come in here.
Dance and stamp your feet
Spend money on your beer.
as your skin rots off in sheets.
In the flame.
You'll be back at my
Oh.
door.
Don't know a single name.
Deep below the
Interesting, I wanna see
floor.
what that does.
How it ends.
You sing like this for hours.
That's what I can do.
You're all being bullied by her powers.
That's not what I'm into.
You think that all these people are your
I was
fans?
thinking
playing them and they don't understand.
Stop!
Hear that? Silence. When he dragged me down there, that's all I heard. Not a single protest, not a word.
I mean no disrespect.
And instead of despair,
The contrast of the 3D backgrounds with the 2D characters is very nice.
Stand down, this is your crown. If you're here, make a sound. Not a
lost little girl.
she's your queen.
Shook, gooped, confused.
Well, you won.
So it appears. If what you told the chorus is true, why do you think Calliope came to you that night?
She sensed how horribly pathetic I was feeling that night.
Maybe she thought I could help her. She must have been nearby when whatever happened.
I see. All right, Grace. Come with me. Calliope came to me years ago. She'd grown tired of arguing with the idols, tired of being branded a troublemaker. She couldn't watch the idols wither away without a fight. I knew how she felt, so I gave her the apartment.
Alright, well, let's not be an asshole.
So you must know better than anyone what she's been up to.
Not exactly. Calliope and I haven't spoken for at least 2 years. After I heard the news, I went to the apartment and turned it upside down. I had to
You
know the
trashed
truth.
the place.
That was you?
I didn't find anything. Nothing to say what she had been involved with, or gotten into, or who she might have been fighting with.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
So what now? Do you still think I'm guilty?
You're clever. You let me win our showdown, and that's a solid move. Calliope may well have chosen you.
If it wasn't Grace, that means someone
Yay.
else was behind Calliope's death. Someone who could keep their involvement hidden.
I bet it was Pan.
One of us.
One of us.
Does it have to be an idol? You thought I killed Calliope. Couldn't it have been some other mortal?
Despite how he might look, it's not a simple matter to kill an idol.
It was difficult enough to believe you had done it. If another mortal killed her, they somehow escaped detection. We found nothing, no evidence of a battle.
You looked?
Of course we looked. What do you think was happening while you waited? If Calliope was attacked elsewhere, even magic revealed no trace of it.
Wait. Did you say magic?
You can battle me through a song in a world of your own creation, and yet magic is beyond belief?
Well, sure. I just thought...
We have our powers just as you have
There's
yours.
literally a Greek
I
god
can
of
grow a
magic,
field of
isn't there?
corn like nobody's business.
Nice.
Some would say our powers are also magic, but true magic is a different and
There we go.
older
Nailed
power. Hecate's domain.
And it was of no use
Is
here.
that how you pronounce
We
it?
shouldn't rule it out. We haven't tried everything yet.
Hecate?
Did Calliope have any enemies? The way you talk about her, she must have.
Oh, well, this is
What?
awkward.
What am I missing?
Calliope had a way of making people angry. She could be argumentative.
Yes, but enough to make enemies who wanted her dead?
Not that you or I know of, apparently, but that doesn't mean they didn't exist.
It's Athena. It's Pan. I was on to something.
What about Athena? She seemed awfully insistent on declaring me guilty, don't you think?
Athena? No, Athena follows the rules.
Well,
Athena has one goal and one goal only, to protect the idols. And that included Calliope. She'll eventually drive us all mad with her vigilance, but break her own rules? I don't see it.
It's gonna be real awkward when it turns out to be Athena.
What about Pan? He showed up at my place out of nowhere, right after I left the chorus.
He did what?
I have to wonder what his angle is.
He has one, that's for certain. Though I've never thought of him as a killer. It would be too messy.
Still, we should consider the idea. For him to show up so quickly is odd.
For all I know, either one of you could have done it and you're just playing along.
Apollo is capable of many things, but lying? He was never any good at it.
Whereas we know how capable you are of murder.
Okay, let's not.
Okay, this
The
isn't...
one and only god I killed
I know I
it.
brought this up, but let's not.
Right. Sorry I brought it up. Couldn't we go to Athena with this? If you've changed your minds and you're both part of the chorus...
Athena would be sympathetic, but the die has been cast.
She won't go back on the edict, not without clear evidence.
Oh, now you want evidence?
She acted on the information she had. If we want to sway her, we need something better.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
We get the murder.
You know the idols. Don't you have any ideas?
I told you I wouldn't be of much help, Grace.
Did you now? That's unsurprising. When are you ever of help to anyone but yourself?
Says the woman who forced Grace to challenge her rather than answer a simple question.
Calliope died, Apollo. Calliope, who came with us all the way from the old world.
You think I don't know that?
Oh, the girls are
Are
fighting.
you forgetting what the muses meant to me?
Okay, everybody.
Please,
shut the fuck
both
up.
of you. None of this will help Calliope. I know you both miss her. I know you cared about her, but she's not completely gone. A piece of her is in me. She came to me for help, and I don't want to die any more than she did.
Oh, again? Already?
Calliope, I'm listening now. Tell us what end you were doomed to.
Calliope, blinded by fire, one match did you strike that consumed you.
Oh, was that Calliope? I saw that painting earlier and I thought it was so pretty.
How could you blame her? What could she have done to earn such a fate? You are blinded.
God of the sun hides from his own eyes. What would you know about fate?
Oh, I've made the girlies fight even worse. Oh boy.
You say that you knew her, she was family to us, yet you don't hesitate to accuse her. Oh, queen without a throne, go bitter with fury, not everyone seeks to betray you.
Stop this.
There is something missing we're blinded to.
Yes, there's more to seek.
Are they gonna make me choose between these
Follow
two
your help
as
is
well?
not needed here. Go ahead and
Oh.
abandon another muse.
How could you throw that gauntlet at me? Could your heart shrivel any further?
You abandoned me to
Of
a terrible fate.
You replay your injuries
It's
till
far
it's
too
too
late.
late.
You know how far I bent
I
before
am
I
trapped.
snapped.
Oh,
This
God, oh,
is
God, oh,
not
God, oh, God,
you. Enough! This helps no one.
There he is, God of the Sun.
Apollo, for my sake, take a deep breath. I need your help, not your anger. These old wounds, they distract and blind you.
Nico, I don't know if you saw that, but your sad and pathetic man just had a rather sexy
He
moment.
doesn't know what's important.
And you do?
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, come on.
Follow him, or stay.
Yeah, hot woman.
Now that Apollo isn't
my game
sucking
froze.
all the oxygen out of the room, perhaps we can get somewhere.
Okay. No, it was kind of hot. We're not that.
Was all that really necessary? His reaction wasn't great, but you did provoke him.
It wasn't my finest moment, but you saw how he transformed. Apollo likes to pretend he's not the man he used to be, but behind that sad facade lurks exactly the lout I remember.
That sad, pathetic
I'll admit
facade.
the problem you present is a sticky one. If an idol is behind Calliope's death, they're clever. I need time to formulate a plan.
You've decided to help me then? I wasn't sure you would.
I've already admitted that Calliope might actually have chosen you. Don't push your luck.
Oh, I didn't mean...
You have fight in you. You've taken quickly to the Muse's powers. It's possible that she saw the potential. So yes, I'll help you. If, however, this has all been a desperate deception,
What happened to...
well,
What happened to Freddy?
let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Where did Freddy go? Yeah.
I like this better than fighting with you. Way better.
Helping you rather than wanting you dead, you mean?
You seem like a woman who gets what she wants.
These days, yes.
Then I'd really rather have you on my side.
Wise choice.
I have to ask, is Athena really not an option? She wouldn't see what you see? At all?
She might. Athena's no fool. She sees everything in terms of risk. Anything with the slightest chance of being a danger to the idols will not be tolerated.
I hate being stupid.
In this scenario, I'm the unacceptable risk?
At worst, a murderer. At best, a usurper.
I have to be a usurper? I can't just be a happy accident?
In Athena's
wish.
world, there are only dangerous accidents.
What should I do while you're formulating? I don't like sitting on my hands.
Yeah, I've noticed. If you wish to keep busy, burn down the city.
Oh, okay.
Start a revolution.
You got it,
Become
boss.
a terror the likes of which mortals only dream.
Really?
No, Grace. Go home. Be patient. When you see me next, I'll have a better idea of what to do.
Is her tattoo on her chest a pomegranate? It looks like it might be. It's probably not. Oh, hey, Act 2, we did it. I got like 3 achievements. Jesus.
Hey, Freddy.
I think one of them was for being a whore and flirting with everyone.
Have you been waiting up this whole time?
Yeah?
Hi,
A
Freddy.
goat man sends you off into the night. Your life is on the line. And I'm gonna, what, sleep?
I'm sorry, Freddy.
What if you were taken prisoner, kept in a cave by a cyclops, or I don't know, turned into a tree? I was worried sick.
We didn't see Zeus, so I don't think the
You were
tree
worried
thing's
about me?
possible.
Aw.
Well, you're my best friend in the whole world, Grace. Plus, you know, what would the band do?
Right, the band. Where are Kaz and Brian anyway?
I told them you were fine, which isn't a lie, because technically you are. Now tell me everything that happened. Huh. Persephone runs a club called the Underworld. That's a little on the nose.
That's what I said.
And you ended up staying with her instead of Apollo? I don't know, Grace. She sounds a little
No, Freddy, listen, she's
volatile.
hot. Yeah, but she's hot, Freddy.
She has her reasons. I just hope I don't end up on her bad side again.
You'll figure your way out of it. You're still you.
I am still me. That's true.
So what are your options? You need to go back to Persephone at some point?
I could go back to Apollo's as well. Make sure he's not sore
oh, God,
about
are
what
they
happened.
Gonna let me choose?
Oh, and, there's this. Pan
Oh,
left
God.
a card, says, come by Olympus. I doubt he means the mountain in Greece.
That name keeps coming up. The idols live there, or at least most of them do.
Sounds cool. Even if Pan is there.
Freddy, you're such a hater. I love
Still
you.
not a fan?
You know how some people just set your teeth on edge? That's Pan. I can't help it. But it doesn't matter. I said I'd help, and that's what I'll do. You can count on me, Grace.
Thanks, Freddy.
The muse? Oh, the embodiment of inspiration. Can you believe it? Yeah, kinda.
Okay, now is this I have to pick and choose, or can I go do all three of these at some point? I like how Apollo's not even a suggestion. Oh, you can't see it because of my fucking existence. It just says go see Persephone or Pan.
Oh, back already, are you?
Hi.
It's just as well. I've asked around, called in some favors, just enough to get an idea of what all the idols are currently up to. Much as I'm loath to admit it, I'm back to thinking Pan may be our prime suspect
I
after
knew it.
all.
Okay, let's
Why
kill
Pan?
him.
I thought you'd rejected him as a suspect.
I did. It doesn't seem like his style. Pan has always preferred scheming over direct confrontation. But the thing is, how did he know about you so quickly? What does he hope to gain by sticking his nose in?
A favor or two, I guess.
Half the idols owe him a favor or two. No, he's up to something else. Until I know what it is, I can't discount the possibility that he's involved in all this.
You should know. Pan asked me to meet him at
we're
Olympus.
just gonna tell her?
I'm not sure why.
I didn't select that
Oh,
option.
that's interesting. Did he happen to say what he wanted?
No. He probably wants to cash in his favor.
Huh, that's what he does. Collect favors and then use them to gather even more favors. To what end, I dare not guess.
Maybe that's what went wrong with Calliope. A favor she wouldn't repay.
Or something she'd discovered and refused to conceal. Now, that would be just like her. You should go ahead and see what Pan
It
wants.
can't be Pan. This feels
It
too
might be
easy.
useful.
Just throw caution to the wind, huh?
Somehow you'll manage. I want to send you to a party, Grace. One
Oh?
Aphrodite is holding. She and Eros know Pan perhaps better than anyone. If you go, it'll give you a chance
my
to
God,
find out what he's really
Eros.
up to.
Our bondage guy. He's coming back. Yay.
Why a party? Couldn't I just go wherever she lives and ask her?
You could, but if you go to this party, she'll be grateful. She holds it from time to time and always asked Calliope to attend, but Calliope never would. You can put two and two together. A grateful Aphrodite might be willing to tell you what Pan is really up to.
I don't know if manipulating Aphrodite is the way to
You
go
know
about
Aphrodite better than I do. Can't you talk to her?
She and I don't get along.
Like how you and Apollo don't get along?
Even more intensely than that. I once said some things about her husband. They were true, but unwelcome.
Who is Aphrodite's husband?
Suffice it
Eros?
to say, if I showed up at Aphrodite's party, revealing Pan's secrets would be the last thing on her mind.
I still have that invitation from Pan. Maybe it'd be easier if I just went to see him.
You should do both. Just
Okay, cool.
don't believe a single word coming out of his mouth.
I might be able to coax some truth out of him. I can be persuasive.
A battle of the silver tongues, I'm sure.
One
We're giving
wild
tongue?
party with the goddess of love coming up.
It's less of a wild party and more of a somber affair.
You mean like a cocktail party?
Let me put it this way. Apollo will likely be there.
Gotcha. Expectations of fun downgraded considerably.
Come on.
I'll let you know what I find.
Just because he's sad and pathetic. What if I go back to Persephone? What does she say? She just gonna tell me to fuck off? Oh, hi. You're back at your desk.
I didn't realize come by any time would be taken so literally, Grace.
Well, I
Something
missed you.
specific on your mind?
Ooh.
I'd like to know a little more about the idols. I am one now, right?
What constitutes a little more in this instance?
Tell me everything.
Well, what are we? Where did we come from? If an idol is a soul that moves from person to person, it must have started somewhere, right?
Ah, the big question. To which the answer is, nobody knows. I remember the original Persephone only vaguely. Indeed, I'm not even certain she was the original. Was there something before her? How did she get her idol on? I couldn't tell you. Evidently, we wrote little down in those early days, or were forbidden to. and our memories only stretch back so far.
So literally
Anything
they're just
beyond
primals.
that simply isn't.
This is just Final Fantasy 14.
Psst. Isn't it strange to not know where you come from? For all you know, the idols could be aliens.
Aliens? Grace, you watch too many movies.
Come on now.
Gods are okay, but aliens are just wacky fiction.
Fine, yes. It is strange. No, our earliest days aren't the only blanks in our memories, however. We have many. And the last was the day Zeus called us all together to tell us Rome had fallen and we should prepare for war. But did that war occur? I couldn't tell you. The last thing I remember
So
after
Roman
Rome was
gods?
1,000 years later, in the 16th century. I was in a different body, feeling as if no time at all had passed. Athena calls that period the gap. And that's what it feels like. All of us experienced it, and not one of us knows why or how.
Interesting. Okay.
The gap you mentioned. What was that like? Did you just wake up one day, or...
I wasn't asleep. I lived. I had lives. I passed on my eidolon. I may have known who I was and what I was, but perhaps I was completely unaware. All I know is that one day, Athena came to my nunnery.
You were in a
Near
nunnery?
Trieste, I think. The moment that I saw her, all the old memories came flooding back. My life during the gap was wiped away in an instant, and it never returned. If someone did that to us, they were powerful indeed.
What about Athena? I mean, she's the one who found you, right? She must have been aware.
Athena woke up on her own, or so she claims, and spent the next century rounding up those idols who remained.
That's shady.
Zeus, however, was gone. What became of him, what happened in Rome, we've never pieced it together. It's troubling.
Definitely
Are you
not
willing to
relevant
talk
to what's
about
going
Hades?
on right now, though.
If you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just...
Incredibly curious how I ended up murdering my husband.
Yes.
that, yeah.
You know, one might think that my hatred of Hades began when he kidnapped me and forced me to be his bride. But honestly, that wasn't it. I hated my brothers and sisters for letting it happen, but Hades himself terrified me. He had a presence. I mean, one that forever made him the most important man in the room. And me? Oh, I was nothing in comparison. When Hades began doting on me, trying to earn my favor, I swooned that he might deign to think of me that way. For centuries, I actually thought I was in love, that the kidnapping was the best thing that ever happened to me. It's funny how our perspectives change.
If you got along with Hades for so long, what changed?
I did. I grew up.
Oh, okay.
I was a trophy for Hades, a conquest that he expected to remain meek and unchanging forever. He went out of his way to keep me small. I slowly realized that, he'd always been that way. Manipulation and arrogance behind the handsome sneer. We battled for centuries. I hated him, and I told him so, but he refused to part with me. He declared that I was his and would stay in the underworld where I belonged.
And that's when you killed him?
That's when I killed him, yes. The first time one idol had ever murdered another. Thank you very much.
Deserved. What happened to his eidolon?
I'm guessing the other idols weren't thrilled with you
Eidolon?
killing
I forgot how they
Hades.
pronounced it.
Well, yeah, they didn't know what to do with me. And Athena was furious that the most powerful remaining idol had been lost.
Okay, Athena, get over it.
See, this was before the war and before all the new rules. The chorus had never once contemplated execution, but they certainly considered it then. In the end, they decided it was better to humiliate me. They ensured I did not benefit from Hades' murder and stripped the throne I had wrested from his grasp.
Which you weren't happy about.
I asked them where they were all those years while I pleaded for help. I was held captive, and what was I expected to do? What, lie down and take it forever because Hades was more useful to them alive? No. I stopped doing what was expected of me the day I slit his throat. May he rot in Tartarus with the Titans for all eternity.
Fuck yeah. Fuck that guy.
How did you go from ruling the underworld to opening a nightclub named after it?
I won it in a bet with Dionysus, god of
course.
merriment.
Okay, there has to be a story there.
Well, the story is that he was a fool, but a charming one with many patrons. They built him a nightclub as his personal playground. And it was a grand old time for Dionysus in the 1970s, I assure you. But he didn't know how to run a business. By the time disco was ready to die, so was his stupid club. So I offered to make it profitable. If I succeeded, he would turn ownership over to me. He accepted because, frankly, all he wanted to do was drink anyhow. I was successful.
Nice.
The club became mine, and I kicked Dionysus out for never paying his tab.
Is he dead?
Sucks to be him.
Dionysus ever sobers up, he might decide to be sore about it, but so far, that hasn't happened.
Okay, so he's not dead, just drunk as hell.
Tell me more about Calliope. You and her were good friends, right?
We were.
And?
And if you had told me a decade ago that I would become close to one of the muses, I would have laughed in your face. I always considered them Apollo's creatures. Calliope, Clio, and Talia. Vapid, frivolous gods who handed off their eidolon to any artist who took their fancy. Every time I met one of them, they were someone else. I mean, Apollo called them the Sisters of Beauty, no matter their gender. Can you imagine that? That's such
Absolutely.
a stupid name.
Genderqueer icons.
I never thought of that. Do idols change gender a lot?
Well, we tend to seek out successors like ourselves, but it happens. With the muses, it happened frequently. Everywhere Apollo went, they surrounded him like a gaggle of ducklings, just like him to gather his own fans.
If you disliked the muses so much, how did you end up becoming friends with Calliope?
She sought me out. She'd become more and more unhappy on Olympus, so she decided to leave just as I had, long before. Calliope asked for my help, and I laughed in her face. Go ask one of your sycophant mortals, I told her. I mean, surely one of them has some threadbare couch you can sleep on.
Even gods have to couch
Wow.
surf.
Typically, she was undeterred. She didn't just want a place to stay. She said she wanted to learn how to be truly independent from an idol who had mastered it. What can I say? I mean, I am a sucker for a well-timed compliment. I took her in. Apollo was furious. He and Calliope were barely speaking, but he was certain she'd come crawling back to Olympus. Oh, it made taking her in all the sweeter.
So that's probably what he was
After you took
referring to.
Calliope in, that's when you became friends?
Oh, no, not right away. I wasn't looking for a friend. What I was looking for was an opening act in the club. Calliope entertained here for years, and then eventually turned from performing to attracting new acts. She was in her element. She and I, we warmed up to each other eventually. She was more capable than I expected, and I adored her furious rants.
Oh,
Calliope didn't seem like the furious type when I met her. That's hard to picture.
Oh, then you didn't really meet her. She was an idealist, and nobody could ever quite live up to her standards for very long. Her brothers and sisters, least of all. The idols needed to change, she said. They were withering away in the shadows, diminished and unwilling to save their own skins. When I joined the chorus, she expected me to change everything. as if I could single-handedly override Athena. I was to be her champion, and together we would bring revolution to the idols. Well, I was yet another disappointment. She left the club, but I gave her a place to live. We were supposed to stay in touch, but you know how it went from there.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
Oh yes, that's where I'll be. Around.
So, I'm curious because Persephone said she had the memories of previous Persephone. So why don't I have the memories of Calliope? Let's go talk to the sad man. Oh, he's wet and pathetic again. Hi, I betrayed you.
Grace,
Yeah, told you she'd be back.
Thank you, Oracle.
what are you doing here? When you stayed with Persephone, I thought that... Well, I didn't expect to see you again.
Fuck you. Bye.
Why? Just because I think Persephone can help me, we can't still be friends?
Is that what we are, Grace? Friends?
You helped me. You brought me to Persephone. I'd say that qualifies.
I'm not sure I've helped you. All I've done is dropped you in Persephone's lap.
Oracle,
What,
sweetie,
and
I'm
that's
so
bad?
sorry you have to listen
Yes.
to these two.
Well, no. I can never be objective when it comes to my family. They bring out the worst in me. It's why I avoid them whenever possible, and why I should have resisted getting dragged into all this.
Rude, first of all.
Apollo, everything you sang about still applies, even if you got angry.
I know.
We all make mistakes. You pick yourself up, and you try again, for Calliope's sake.
I'll think about it, Grace.
Come on.
I promise.
Don't be mad.
For now,
Get over
you're in
it.
far better hands.
I'll hold you to that. Don't think I won't.
Okay, bye. I can't go back, man. Alright, let's go talk to Pan. Let's see what Pan has to say. Hi, Pan. It's me again. Oh, it's the tree. That's the tree we summoned. And
I'd
the-
say hello, Grace, but I'm afraid that look on your face might be catching.
What is this place?
It's a garden, darling. Surely even mortals have them.
This building. All those people I pass getting up here. Are they all idols?
Oh, at least some of them. Welcome to Olympus, dear Grace. Our home hidden away in plain sight.
Do I get a room?
Marvelous, isn't it?
I've passed this part of the city 100 times. I've never seen this building. Was it always here? Or...
Our Lady Hecate provides glamours that allow certain things to go unseen, such as my glorious horns. Olympus is the same. Those invited see it. Those who aren't see exactly what they expect.
Nice.
It's not anywhere as grand as in the old country, but it serves its purpose.
I don't know, Pan. Olympus seems pretty grand to me.
As if mortals would know any better.
Alright.
This isn't the first time you've been here. I'm sure Hermes took you to Athena's dreary office.
That's here? Huh.
Good one, that Hermes. Almost as dull-witted as the original, but biddable.
How many idols are there? I've met, what, less than 12?
Oh, I don't know, 20, 30. Our numbers have dwindled so much I've stopped keeping track.
I didn't know there were that many gods.
We're not all equally legendary, it's true. Some idols were barely worshipped, others not at all. Indeed, not all of us are idols. Some are merely immortal. Hangers-on, if you will. You'll meet them all, given time.
Assuming I live that long.
Idols live here? I mean, Calliope didn't, obviously. Apollo doesn't either.
One must have special dispensation from Our Lady of Wisdom, Athena. before they can take up a private dung heap like Apollo's.
Am I gonna have to give him my apartment?
That's rather putting the cart before the horse, darling. First, you must outlive the week.
All right, fair enough.
Right. Good point. You asked me to meet you here?
There's
I
texture
did.
scenes.
Though I
on
feared you
these.
might decline, considering your rather callous rejection earlier.
Bro, get over
Regardless,
it.
my
I had to
pride
pick my
is
bestie.
intact, as is the favor you owe me, which I now wish to collect.
Okay, what do you want?
Fine. But just so you know, I'm not doing anything that's against the rules. I already have one trial coming.
Grace, baby, boobala. Have I ever led you astray?
Blah.
Not yet.
Here's the thing. A friend has begged for my help, and you're far better suited than I to offer what he
Who's
requires.
your friend?
I'll give you a key to reach the reliquary where he resides. You help him, and then we're even. If that's not enough incentive, the reliquary is also where you'll find the lovely Hecate. A sorceress of her power could aid your quest. What do you say?
Do I have to do this before
This
the
Hecate.
party?
Do you think she could help me?
If she's of a mind. She is the goddess of dark magic, the creator of all our marvelous glamours. If anyone can help you, it is she.
And if she's not of a mind?
Then she won't help you. Grace, that part is up to you. I can't be expected to do everything, can I?
You're not doing shit.
This person I'm to help. What does he want? And why can't you do it?
Well, Grace, there are some things you're better equipped to handle than I. This, as I understand it, is a delicate matter of the heart. One that requires a muse's hand.
I'm doing a
A
love
matter of the
confession.
heart.
What, did you think I was sending you to rough someone up? Set something aflame? Don't be absurd.
I could try.
The man has an issue with his love life. Even if you can't help him, I'll treat the effort as worth the favor.
So that's it? Fix up someone's love life? Nothing trickier than that?
Oh, the way you talk, Grace. It makes me blush.
All right, calm down.
Well, it's just that
I trade in willing favors, Grace. If I didn't, no one would want to do as I ask, and then where would I be? I may seem untrustworthy, but allow me to reassure you. If I wish you harm, you will walk into that harm knowingly and with open arms.
Okay.
You're saying you can talk me into anything?
Anything you would enter into willingly and with eyes wide open, which covers a great deal. Yes,
That's surprisingly ethical of you, Pan.
I find consent wildly attractive,
Okay.
Grace.
Calm down, everyone.
What is this reliquary? Doesn't that have something to do with the bones of saints or something?
Not those relics. Our relics. The relics of ancient gods. Magical treasures collected over thousands of years. Books, mainly. We store them in a faraway
A
place so
library.
no one
Just say
unsavory can get
library.
their hands on them.
Unsavory like you?
Unsavory like most. Athena has decreed that these relics are not to be used by any save Hecate and herself. A rather dull waste of so much amassed knowledge and power, but who am I to judge? I'm not leader of the chorus.
Yet.
If these relics are off limits, does that mean they're dangerous?
Some, but I'm not asking you to chase after any of that nonsense. In fact, I'd advise against it.
But what if one of those relics could help me?
My, such an adventurer you are. It's possible, but ask Hecate first. She, and I mean this with complete and uncharacteristic seriousness, is not an idol you or anyone wishes to cross.
I'll think about it.
Oh,
But no promises.
Marvelous. The gentleman you seek is named Asterion. Lovely. fellow,
Asterion
quite
BG3?
harmless.
Oh my god.
I'll send a
big
package to
fan.
your domicile that contains directions and the key you'll need to reach the reliquary.
I said no promises.
Well, if you decide to go, Grace, you'll still need all those things. Say hello to darling Hecate on my behalf, will you?
Okay. Does Persephone have anything to say about it? No, I'm not gonna bother her. I feel like the party might move the story along. I feel like both of these might move the story along, and I don't want to miss the other, so I'm doing this. Oh, it's a crate. Oh, Freddy's here.
When I opened that shipping container, I was expecting, I don't know, rats.
Yeah.
Instead we have... Where the hell are we?
It's hard to say. Weren't we going to some kind of library?
That's what I'm saying.
That's how Pan described it. He said it was a, what's the word? A reliquary?
That is where relics are kept, like magic items, like when we played D&D.
This is nothing like D&D.
Well, I don't know about you, Grace, but if a dragon came flying out of that mist, I would not be the least bit surprised.
It does look a lot like D&D, Grace.
You are such a nerd.
Speaking of, how much do you actually know about Hecate and this idol you're supposed to help?
The idol we're here to help is named Asterion.
And you know who that is, right?
From Baldur's
No.
Gate.
Should I?
That's the Minotaur's real name.
Oh.
You know, big bullhead, horns, lives in a giant labyrinth.
Pan did not mention that.
Who's the Minotaur?
Why am I
in
not
love with?
surprised?
Is it Theseus?
This Minotaur. You don't think he might be dangerous, do you?
Well, traditionally he eats people, but he was also supposed to have been slain by the hero Theseus.
Well, not so slain after all. Pan says he has a problem with his love life.
Maybe he needs to stop eating all his girlfriends? Okay, I knew that sounded wrong the moment I said it.
Do you know anything about this Hecate? It's not a name that rings bells.
Let's see. Well, she was the goddess of witchcraft, the really dark kind.
Oh.
But she's never really portrayed as evil. She was more of an outsider, lived alone, off in her little corner of the underworld. Do you think that's where we could be? Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I bet knowledge is important to
so
her. It could be an angle if you talk to her.
You're
I'm so
amazing.
glad I brought you, Freddy. I wouldn't know the
Aw.
first thing about any of this.
Nah. Well, I hope it's actually helpful to tell you these things.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, 'cause it could all be wrong. I would have never pegged Apollo for a surfer dude with
You wouldn't
confidence
peg
issues.
Apollo?
Huh. Yeah, good point. We should go inside instead of standing out here in the fog.
It's more of a mist, really.
A mist potentially full of monsters.
In we go, then. Are you really planning on doing that favor for Pan?
Maybe. Yeah.
Meddle in love lives? Sweet Talk, the goddess of witchcraft? Freddy, who are you dealing with?
Freddy,
The
I'm
master meddler and sweet talker.
a
Damn
professional
straight.
slut.
I look forward to seeing you
They
in
gave me an
operation.
achievement for
There's
it.
no way at all this could go poorly.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Hecate, you're big. Hecate, sorry. Minotaur door.
I guess the Titan thing is literal, huh?
Mortals within the reliquary.
Oh.
Who permits this intrusion, this sacrilege? This knowledge is not meant for the likes of you. I shall grind you into the dust from
Hi.
whence you came.
Hi, man. Hi.
I
Hi.
am really sorry if we startled you. My name is Grace. We've never met before, but, I'm the new muse.
And I'm Freddy. Big fan.
Freddy, maybe
If I
you should
broke
go
a rule,
outside.
I apologize. Pan didn't mention anything about that, I'm afraid.
You are Grace?
Hi. Oh, are you gonna shrink? Oh, in Smolin.
Then Calliope is dead. Is that now? I thought that was not for another 11 months yet.
Oh, you knew.
Wait, what? You knew Calliope was going to die?
No, I am not informed of this for another 11 months and 3 days.
Or I could just tell you now?
That cannot be. It is written. Yes, it's right here. Calliope joins Grace's band. They become friends. Months later, there is an automobile accident and...
Okay.
An accident? No, that's not what happened.
Are you saying the books are wrong?
They're wrong about this. Calliope was murdered just a few days ago.
That is impossible.
I don't know what to tell you.
You will explain. We will both sit and you will explain. There will be tea.
Thank you.
Curious. It is clear something unanticipated has occurred, something outside the realm of fate.
Is that even possible?
It is, but I must follow the threads back to their source to find the origin of the deviation. It may take years of research.
Years? I don't have years.
That is unfortunate. If there is nothing else, I must ask you both to leave so I may begin at once.
Okay, cool, thanks. Great help.
Is there no way to speed that up? Whoever's behind it might be the murderer.
Such threads are not so easily untangled. I must consult the Moirai, if indeed they are not the ones responsible.
The Moi what?
You might know them as the Fates. They, or any beings of a sufficiently cosmic nature, have the power to undo the order of things.
That does not sound good.
Certainly not. They are also not beings I can summon at a whim to solve your mystery.
Come on.
I'm sorry.
Please?
Actually, I came here to speak to Asterion. If, he is here.
A visitor for Asterion? How strange.
Oh, I think that's him. Hey, bud. How's it going?
Are we doing guests?
He's cute!
Is that a thing? I didn't know.
Wow, okay. Freddy was right.
As if there was any doubt.
My old friend, this is Grace.
Oh my god, he's so
She is
shaped.
our muse from the line of Calliope, and it is she who asked for you.
I'm here on behalf of Pan. He owes you a favor? Something to do with...
No, not Pan. Nah, never heard of him.
Who the fuck is
Asterion,
Pan?
of course you know Pan.
No idea what he'd want. No, sir, no favours. Nah, not this Minotaur.
There you have it, Grace. I believe now is the time when you leave.
No, I want to
There must be some mistake.
He's so cute.
There is no mistake. Not this time.
Are you
Whoa,
sure about
come
that?
on.
Because I'm not going.
Oh,
It is written.
like hell it
Did you
is.
hear that? Pan sends me all this way and Asterion won't even talk to us?
Maybe there's another Asterion?
Yeah, more likely Pan's got me chasing my tail. This was pointless.
Well, I don't think we're getting back inside. Do you have another plan?
Let's sing
I don't know
about
if
it.
my powers will even work on Hecate, but it's worth a shot.
I think...
Ooh, a musical
please.
number. Do you think this one could be, do you hear what I'm hearing?
Oh lord, here he comes.
He's still here. I had to run the entire...
So cute.
Oh, that's a long way, isn't it?
It is a long way, isn't it?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to send you away, alright? I just couldn't tell you, not in front of Kate.
I'm going insane. He's so cute.
Why couldn't you... Wait. Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Yes.
Oh, this is so great. I love this.
I heard what you said about Calliope. I can help you. I really, really can.
I believe
it
you.
has
You're
to
my
be
new
you.
best friend.
I am so in love with my dear sweet Kate. I just don't know how to tell her. Please, help me tell her.
Do you really call Hecate Kate? Off topic, I know, but I have to ask.
Well, sometimes she has to go into the mortal world for a short time and do things for Athena.
He's doing the fingers thing.
And...
Well, she had to make up a magic disguise, a new identity. And I thought she should give it a proper name.
Yeah.
And you suggested Kate?
Yeah, she really liked it. She said, "Thank you, Asterion."
Let me get this straight. You're in love with Hecate.
He's charmed
That
by
Hecate.
her autistic
Oh,
swag.
mate, Kate is... She's just the best. Like, she knows everything, and she always smells so good. Like, she's so nice to me, and she doesn't even have to be. Oh, we got stuck in the tower together because we can't live in the mortal world. I know I could make her happy. Well, I want to try.
I want
Oh, won't you
only
help
the
me?
best things for him.
Have you tried, I don't know, talking to her about how you feel? I take that as a no.
I don't have the words. I've tried. Every time I end up knocking over a table or killing a cat or talking about how sometimes meat has that grisly texture I don't like.
You killed her cat? Oh, no.
Oh God, we
It
killed
was
her
a small
cat.
cat. I panicked.
What did
I'm
you
just
do
not
to
good
the
at words.
cat?
Right? Really not good.
Are you really the
God.
Minotaur? Like, the monster who roamed a maze and ate people?
And is supposed to be dead?
Well, my father locked me up in a labyrinth, but I never ate anyone.
Oh. Well, that's good.
Except
Yeah.
Theseus. But he was a bellend.
Deserved. Absolutely.
Okay, so you're in love with Hecate. What is it you think I can do?
A muse knows about poetry and the heart and how to make words beautiful.
You are so.
All I
can't
want
get
is
over
to
how
ask her,
cute he is.
but I need good words. You know, please say you'll help me.
Absolutely, 100%.
I don't know. Doesn't this feel a little weird?
Why?
Which part?
Helping him woo her with my powers.
It's fine.
You
Girl.
heard what Pan said. You can't make anyone do anything they don't want to do. You can only make them say what's in their heart.
Yeah, that's the part I can't do.
Hecate might say no. You know that, right?
Well, she probably will. I mean, she's Kate, and I'm me.
No,
But
you got
just
this,
once-
big guy.
I'd like to be able to ask her, you know, to say it out loud instead of thinking it.
Yeah, I get it.
I'll still help you, no matter what she says.
You just need to say it
I
sometimes.
promise.
Absolutely.
I do this and you'll help me in return, right?
Athena made Kate swear she's not allowed to say anything about what happens at the tower.
Oh.
But she never made me swear.
Okay.
Maybe she never thought anyone would ask. But I'll tell you, even if Kate doesn't like it, I'll tell you.
If I do this first.
If you help me, any trouble will be worth it.
Okay. We
Okay.
got this.
I have an idea.
You do? Well, you do?
You, my bullish friend, are gonna sing your little heart out.
Grace always has the best ideas.
This, it's Beauty and the Beast-esque. Come
Set
on.
up a vibe and you go for it.
I'm not great at words. I'm more of a dancer.
Just speak from the heart.
We can do choreo. We can work choreo in. You got this. Hi.
You cast a spell on me.
Yes.
Not literally, obviously. But I feel in summary, you and me are meant to be.
I'm going insane.
'Cause you put a hex on me.
No, it's okay. Let him
You
cook.
didn't do it to me directly. I'm not blaming you specifically, just that metaphorically. Shit, can someone help me?
It's okay. Okay, what are some of the things you love about her?
You got this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hecate, with you there's so much to love. Oh, I'm not saying you're fat.
Did not just say that.
Okay, hold on.
Tell her something she doesn't know about herself.
Oh, Katie, to me, you know you enrapture?
Good.
Is your pallid skin, your lips are so thin, your love of books.
You got this.
Asterion, I have but one thought. Why is it that you seem so distraught? Are you saying you're in love with me? You couldn't possibly. Really?
Oh, you're doing great. Give it another go.
You got this, King. Come on, you got this.
You've cast a spell on me. It's a feeling that's killing me. But let's say categorically, oh Katie, it's just you and me.
God, I hope this isn't something you can fuck up.
Katie, yeah, that's what I've always called you. It sounds juvenile, but that name makes me smile. I've always wanted to tell you.
He's so cute, come on.
Anyways, as friends, I'm only a fraction of what I can be. I mean, I'll still make you tea, but don't you want more than tea?
Is this what you truly wish to do? This love could easily fall through.
It's okay.
Imagine if we ceased to be. It's a possibility. Don't you see?
Don't be scared. It's okay.
Oh god, he's looking pretty bad.
Hecate, it could be this spell on me has blinded my eyes from what you can see. If there's even the smallest possibility of losing you somehow, I'll take it back now. I'm finished. Could someone please
Oh, he's losing his confidence.
rescue
No,
me?
please. Come on.
This is a disaster. Grace, help me.
Grace, you got it. Grace, you got this.
Hecate, if you don't mind, I'll take the floor because I feel obliged to help this Minotaur. He's a bit absurd, he gets stuck on a word, but he flies like a bird when you walk in the door.
You can do this, Grace. Come on.
Life be right under your chin. Well, there's no need to guess. He's already moved in.
Please.
Understand,
I need
Grace,
them
it's
to fall
not
in
him
love.
I can't face. My heart is a difficult place to admire. Hot coals at its core, burned so many before, yet he carries this torch, unaware of the fire.
Girl, it's okay.
I'm tempted, but what you're all telling me is nothing will go wrong, for it's destiny. Have you truly considered this carefully?
This is just like Beauty
That
and the
magic
Beast.
takes
Come
a toll, and if you lose control, the cost is paid by reality. Is my heart worth everything going amiss? I cannot protect you from the dark abyss, so don't dismiss, just resist.
Did I fail?
You think that I don't know the darkness inside of me?
Yeah, come on, you got this.
You
I'm
know
so
the
desperate for them to
stars.
go well.
Do you remember your history? I love the person I have become. You changed me. Come with me. Come with me.
Come on.
Come with me. Come with me.
I love this face on him. It's so funny.
Asterion,
Kate?
it seems
Oh, she's
you've
big.
cast a spell on me.
Yes!
You will not regret this.
Not yet. It is written.
You've cast a spell on me.
To think I shall have my own story.
We did it, Joe.
You've cast a spell on me.
And we shall write it together.
You've cast a spell on me.
I'm so delighted.
A tale of romance and glory.
Sure, Queen. Whenever you
Cast a
want.
spell on me.
But do we have
enough leather. You cast a spell on me.
We can get more. Oh, they're so cute. I'm so glad.
Well, that was diverting. You felt this way the entire time, Asterion, and you said nothing?
I didn't think I was worthy. I mean, look at me. I'm only, half a man.
You have been a devoted friend over the long and lonely years, Asterion. I only wish I had realized sooner we could have been more. As for you, Grace, I thank you for arranging this diversion, however
really
it came to
don't like
pass.
that you keep calling it a diversion.
I don't get it. Didn't you know this would happen? Wasn't it written? Of course it was. It was also written that I would be unaware of Asterion's feelings until he spoke them to me.
But you knew that.
I follow the rules. It is written.
Okay, Hecate. Hecate, whatever you say, Queen.
I'm glad to see someone happy, finally.
That would be me.
I am also not displeased by this course of events.
Wow, look at you. Living the wildlife.
Come, Asterion, I wish to speak of this further, and find an appropriate outfit.
An outfit for what?
Hey, wait for me outside, yeah?
Real subtle.
How long are we supposed to wait? It's been over an hour.
I'm sure it's fine, Grace. I doubt the Minotaur would break his promise.
Oh, here he comes.
Say, what'd I tell you?
Whew. You still here? I'm sorry. Kate had a lot to say.
I'm sure she did.
Everything's okay, I hope?
Oh, yeah. No, it was so wonderful. Kate just wanted to talk about feelings and that, which, well, neither of us are good at.
Oh.
Right, so, I suppose you want to know how Calliope broke into the reliquary
She
that
did
night.
what?
She did what?
No, we didn't know anything about that. Do you mean the night she died?
Oh, well, I thought you already knew. Yeah, the night
She
Calliope died,
investigating the
she
gap?
broke in somehow. Thing is, we know she didn't take anything or even touch anything. I just remember the alarms, and I chased after her.
Did you say the reliquary has alarms? Like burglar alarms, cameras?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It just has a lot of protections. Magic.
Okay.
I don't know magic, actually.
Well, it's just meant to keep the dangerous stuff from being touched. It was set off, so something happened in the reliquary. We just, don't know what exactly.
Those alarms don't go off if someone breaks into the reliquary? They don't detect intruders?
Well, normally nobody does that.
Well, Calliope did. She got in somehow.
Well, she must have snuck in the back way. Where do you think I keep running from? Whatever Calliope did here, it was enough to set off the alarms. That's all I know.
Okay.
What relics are there? Maybe Calliope was looking for one, but couldn't find it before...
Yeah, that I'm not supposed to say.
All right.
Do you have the golden fleece, the shield of Zeus, the sword of Damocles? Is it suspended?
You know a lot about that stuff for a mortal.
So it's all real?
I can neither confirm nor deny any of that. All I know is that nothing got used and nothing got taken.
Asterion, those were pretty basic Greek myths.
How do you know Calliope didn't touch or take anything?
Kate knows everything in the reliquary, right down to the last book. She's been looking, but she can't figure if anything was touched. It makes her so mad not to know. And it made Athena pretty mad too.
Enough to murder.
Athena got involved?
Yeah, when Kate finally told her, Athena wants Kate to keep investigating, but it doesn't look good.
I see.
Athena knows what happened here
That's
the
a
night
motive.
Calliope died?
Yeah, Kate told her a day or so later, I think. We didn't know Calliope died that night, though.
What?
Never mind, if
Athena
it's
didn't
not a
mention it?
motive.
Nope. Not that that's weird. She's not the chatty type, you know? She came in all quiet and cool, wanted to know who was here that night and what Calliope might have wanted. She swore Kate to silence. Not me, though. Guess she's not as smart as Kate.
So true, King.
You chased Calliope, but did you ever catch up with her?
No. If I'd have caught her, I'd have brought her back and Kate would have gotten answers out of her. All I know is that she was hurt. Bleeding bad, but I don't know why.
Okay, she was hurt before.
I wanted
she
to help
got
her,
here.
but she got away in the fog. Then I ran into Medusa.
Medusa?
Wait, what? Medusa? Here?
Yeah. Well, she's not normally here. I think maybe she was chasing after Calliope too.
How could
Okay.
Calliope have been wounded?
I don't know. Maybe Medusa did it.
Maybe.
Probably not, though. You know, I never saw Medusa near the reliquary, just out in the fog, so she never even got that close.
So whatever happened to Calliope happened inside the reliquary.
I guess. But we don't have anything that would attack anyone. Especially not an idol.
So someone else. But they did it inside the reliquary.
If so, they vanished after.
So there might have been two people who broke
What was
in.
Medusa doing here?
She was chasing after Calliope too, I think, but she
The
wouldn't say
alarms might
why.
have gone on
I
during the
asked.
murder.
Seems pretty convenient. Her just out there suddenly.
Yeah, that part's weird. I've never seen her near the reliquary before.
Couldn't Medusa have broken in like Calliope did?
Yeah, but I chased Calliope from the reliquary. If Medusa had been there, I would have seen her.
This means Calliope came here the night she died. This is where she was attacked.
But we don't know by whom.
We know Medusa was here. She might even have been involved.
Persephone, I need
She's
to know where
super
Medusa
scary,
is.
but you know she works for Athena, right?
Of course she does.
I thought maybe that's why she was here, but Athena said she didn't know about it.
That does seem suspicious.
If
lies,
that's
no
all you
deafening.
need, then I have to go. Kate will be so mad if she finds me gone. Good luck, Muse.
Thanks, bye.
You okay there, friendo?
We made progress.
I'm okay. We learned a lot. I just wish I knew why Calliope was here in the first place.
Maybe that's a question for Medusa.
Sure, if only I knew where to find her.
Singing battle with
One thing at
Medusa,
a time,
let's go.
Grace.
We can do
You'll
this.
figure it out. I know you will.
All right, can I still...
I guess so. Next thing is to go back to Pan.
Can we still
Tell
talk
him
to
his
Aphrodite?
favor is done.
What an adventure.
Is Aphrodite
Sorry?
off the table?
You're just lucky, Grace. Luckier than you think. You go do what you have to, and I'll meet you back at the apartment, okay?
Oh Lord, I hope Aphrodite's not off the table, but I am back at Pan, so that's not good.
Pan,
Pan.
I hope you're here, because I don't know where else to look for you.
Pan.
Of course I'm here,
Hi.
Grace. Where else would I be but amongst the trees and the wild things?
Okay, freak.
I really must thank you, by the by. Asterion is simply over the moon, and he's already repaid me with this select tome from the reliquary.
Let's see what's in the book.
That's why you did all this? Because you wanted some book?
Not just some book, but a tome from the forbidden depths.
I doubt Hecate would be pleased.
Oh, most assuredly not. Neither would Athena, which makes it all the more delicious. I trust you got what you needed. More grist for the mill of your innocence, as it were.
It's quite the coincidence. The place you sent me just happens to be the place Calliope was attacked.
That is quite the coincidence. You must be very grateful.
Pan, can you not be shitty about
It's
this?
just hard to trust a coincidence that big.
You have no reason to be suspicious. I know nothing of what happened to Calliope at the reliquary.
With someone who didn't want to get
I
caught
suppose the
would say.
question at the heart of this is, do you believe me?
No. But I'm gonna flirt.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? This tit for tat, back and forth.
I'll enjoy it if you're enjoying it.
Okay.
Well, I'm not enjoying it.
Oh my,
So
aren't you a
annoying.
delight? Even if you haven't answered the question, don't think I didn't notice. I've never lied to you, Grace, and I never shall. If you're looking for innocence, however, well, I'm afraid that's one thing I cannot provide.
I knew
What
it.
if I discover you're lying
Lock 'em
to
up.
me after all?
You'll do what you do, and I'll do what I do, and we'll see where that takes us.
I hope it's somewhere good. Somewhere I'm not on trial.
Oh, my. You do know how to spoil
Sorry,
the mood,
man, they're
don't you?
gonna kill me.
If I can make a suggestion, live the high life. Throw caution to the wind.
That's your suggestion?
And why not? It's the same as when I first met you, Grace. You can enjoy
Are we
being an
gonna sing
idol.
again?
Simply follow my lead.
Oh. Oh man. Oh man. Oh shit. Oh god. Oh, this is the most important decision I'm ever gonna make, and nobody's here to cheer me on. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go for Pan.
Why not?
See
What's
now,
the worst that could happen
this
as
is
a
why I like
consequence
you.
of this?
Such a sense of the inappropriate.
We get a 6 songs. What's gonna happen?
It is an ugly business, living among the gods. You'll always twisting on, even if you're trying not to. And so I say, let's do it. The world, it needs that guy who is prepared to move the pieces in from every side. All of the world's on the edge of a knife. So I choose partying. There's no need for strife. So dance, little Gracie, come, won't you dance? Only so much of your life's in your hands. Haven't I helped you? The rest is chance. So come on, let's have this dance. So what, the call was close. We're both alive and well. We'll live to fight another day, as far as I can tell. And even if you don't,
Okay, they're very cute.
I promise
give 'em
you'll be
that.
glad you spent the night with me. So dance, little Gracie, come, won't you dance? Only so much of your life's in your hands. Haven't I helped you? The rest is chance. So come on, let's have this dance.
Do you really think I'm so hopeless? Or is it you who's afraid to show me how you really
Get his ass, Grace.
feel?
Don't be like that, Grace. We both know this is who I am. I can't change, so take it or leave it. I won't repeat it. I'm only here for the dance.
A likely story.
You don't have any hope for me, do you? You're just taking what you can get before it's over.
I've seen this story many times, Grace. I've told this story many times. And it always ends the same
But
way.
we sing it anyway. Hades.
You're hoping to find Medusa, I expect.
Changing the subject? And how do you even know about that?
I'm just trying to be helpful, Grace. In my way. You'll find Medusa at a dingy little club appropriately named the Viper's
Nice.
Nest. Give her my regards. But do be careful if you call on her, Grace. Medusa is a hideous monster
Oh, okay.
and should be treated as such.
A little rude. She was a victim. I can still go to the party.
Hey, so what's the news, Miss Muse?
Okay, so don't be mad
Miss Muse.
that I flirted with Pam.
Does a muse have a proper form of address? I just want to hear what exciting adventures you've been having. Everything else okay, though? Do we know who the killer is yet?
No.
Not just yet, no.
Okay, well, let me know if there's anything I can do. If I have to hustle to become your high priestess, well, so be it.
You are so cute.
What are Kaz and Brian up to? You didn't tell them anything, did you?
No, I told them you came home, that you're okay, but that you're having a moment. They send their love.
Should we tell them, do you think?
No, that's too
What
many people.
for? They have their own problems. Plus, Brian can't keep a secret to save his life, and Kaz is officially homeless.
Oh no.
Is he still crashing on Brian's couch?
Grace, you do know that Brian doesn't have a couch, right? Just
Oh
some
my
giant
God, he doesn't
beanbag
even
things.
have a couch.
And where is Kaz Oh.
There. Oh.
Yeah, it's cute. They'll tell us when they're ready. But right now, it's best just to not mix them up in this.
And they were roommates.
I should really apologize about the band. This kind of puts a dent in your plans, doesn't it?
You're right, Grace. How dare you sabotage my dreams? I am so mad I could spit.
You know what I mean. Nobody could have seen this coming, sure, but it's always been something with me.
Well, as I see it, there are two ways this goes down. One, neither of us gets back to the band. It was just a thing we did for a while before I founded a cult in your name.
Fuck
or
yeah.
two, we
I
get
like
back
that
to it, and the
option.
band now has the Muse as its lead singer. Edge of Elysium becomes the coolest and most appropriate band name ever.
That's
Ugh,
pretty
I
good.
still really hate that
No,
name.
Grace, you gotta
Look,
lean
Grace,
into it now.
you can't be the source of all the drama and name the band, okay? That's the rule.
Exactly how
yeah.
much do you know about the Greek gods, Freddie?
I know my Greek mythology, but what I've read clearly doesn't line up with who they are today. Or who they ever were, maybe.
Still might be useful. There's got to be some truth to those stories, right?
Maybe? Who do you want to hear about?
Let's talk
What
about
about
everyone.
Apollo?
Okay, so the prophecy stuff checks out. Apollo was god of the sun and light, but also kind of enlightenment in general. He's always talked about as this beautiful and cultured god involved with the arts and the muses, kind of a Renaissance man before the Renaissance.
He's clearly had a rough time since those days.
Well, he was also a giant horn dog, Grace. I can list off
okay.
like a dozen men and women Apollo has had as lovers, and there's probably more.
Weren't they all like that, though?
I mean, Apollo's no Zeus. He never assaulted anyone as a swan.
As far as we know.
No, they aren't all like that. Our sun god had a reputation.
He was a whore.
Tell me what you know about Persephone.
Honestly, she's the least like her stories. Usually, she's either a victim or just the wife of Hades, or both.
And that's it? She was kidnapped by Hades, end of story?
Pretty much. Her mother was so angry, she created winter. But otherwise, Persephone was just your average sweet and virginal fertility goddess.
You're right, that doesn't sound like her at all.
Absolutely not a
Must be
virgin.
hard to be defined by this one thing that happened to you thousands of years ago. I'd be pissed if everyone thought my story ended there.
Well, she is pretty pissed. That much is true.
What
You
about
said Pan was some
Pan?
kind of lust god, right?
Yeah, kind of. Pan's a god of the wild, and I guess that translates into a sort of lustfulness and earthiness, humping nymphs in the forest sort of thing.
Alright.
And you don't like him.
Honestly, he's exactly what I'd expect him to be. All the stories say he's a lech and a beast. The Christians equated him with the devil. Weirdly, he's also the only god who's supposed to have died, though it's never really clear how or why. Anyhow, there's a great statue depicting Pan having sex with a goat.
Oh.
Next time you see him, you gotta ask him
I didn't
about
know about that. Sure,
Do you
we'll
know
ask
anything about the
that.
muses? Or Calliope in particular?
Yeah, for starters, there were supposed to be 9, though I guess there are some sources that said there were only 4, maybe 3. Each of the muses had her specialty. Did you know that Calliope is supposed to be the muse of epic poetry? She inspired the Odyssey.
Wow. I don't even like poetry.
Yeah, it was said her singing voice was unmatched. So they got that part right, at least.
Did she also lead the ancient Greeks in giant choreographed dance numbers?
No, but she once turned a bunch of snobby princesses into magpies, so there's that.
That's pretty good.
What about Athena? Is she really supposed to be the goddess of wisdom?
Sure, but mostly that's meant as tactical knowledge. Athena wasn't all sweetness and light. She was a warrior goddess. She was also the goddess of heroes. There are loads of stories where Athena helps guys like Odysseus or Jason or Perseus.
No female heroes back in those days?
Yeah, guess not. Women were the weaker sex, which maybe is why Athena was portrayed as being vindictive. She cursed Medusa, one of her own priestesses. She turned people into spiders, struck them blind, started the Trojan War. It's the whole thing.
Not being as wise as advertised is on brand for her, then. Just how many of these gods are there?
Brand,
From what I've heard, lots of idols live around here.
Well, there are tons of minor gods in Greek mythology, hundreds even, depending on how you define them. Oddly, there's never any mention of the word idols in relation to them. Maybe it's like how people worshipped idols?
I sort of assumed it was related to the eidolon.
Which is a Greek word, but I think it means ghost. An image of someone after they die.
Makes sense.
Me? I'm more amazed at all the big names missing. Not just Zeus and Hades, most of the Olympians seem to be gone. Makes you think about what's been lost, but also what might still be out there.
You think there might be other gods out there?
Well, there are all those gods the idols say wandered off. We don't know they're dead for sure, right? They could be living it up in Australia. Who would know?
I hope they're living it up
Then
in
there are all the
Australia.
other mythologies, hundreds of cultures, each with their own pantheon. So what's so special about the Greeks? That only their gods are real, right? All those other pantheons could be living in secrecy, just like the idols. And that means they're hidden from each other, too. Oh, they could be everywhere, and no one would know.
It's like a whole other secret side to the world.
Yeah, it's cool, right? I hope I get to meet Ganesha one day. Or maybe Lakshmi?
Both would be very cool.
I wonder how much of those stories are true.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm giving you the quick version. There are reams of textbooks out there covering all this, but even they rarely agree with each other.
Really? Nothing definitive?
Ancient Greece was 3,000 years ago, Grace. Not much information survived all that time, if it was even valid to begin with.
You know what I find weird? That the idols have managed to remain completely secret all these years. Sure, they have magic and whatnot, but in all this time, nobody's found them out? Athena is that good?
Allegedly.
Who says nobody has found them out? The way I see it, it's like UFOs.
Okay, I have to hear this.
Okay, so you could have real evidence that UFOs exist and that governments have covered it up and people still wouldn't believe it. Why? Because they'd get laughed at if they admitted it. Imagine the headline, Greek gods exist and are living among us. What website would even run that?
Weird conspiracy ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
maybe so. It'd be on, like, The Onion.
Okay, that's enough questions for now.
You sure? I can talk all day. You know I can.
I'll check back with you soon, Freddy. Time for more mystery solving.
Alright, hi Persephone. Do you have anything to say about the fact I romanced Pan? Hi Queen.
Back from your visit to the reliquary?
Shit, you know. Okay,
How
hi.
did
I
you
can
know
explain.
I was there?
Athena was ranting about it when I left her. She's none too pleased about you breaking the
Nobody
rules.
told me it was
Let's
a
hope what you
rule.
learned was worth it.
This is-
Medusa was at the reliquary that night. You don't intend to confront her directly, do you?
What other option is there?
You think I shouldn't? How else will I find out why she was there?
There's always a way, Grace. Asking someone directly isn't the only method.
I kill her.
Still, while I hate to say it, confronting Medusa may be your best option.
Alright, then why
You
did
could
you
come
even
with me when I
object?
talk to her.
Trust me, if I'm anywhere within a mile, she'll have vanished by the time you so much as knock on her door. Just lie to me and say you'll be careful. Now then, unless you've something else to ask.
No, not really. I'll see you later, Persephone.
Alright, let's try party time. Oh, there he is, sad and depressed, leaning against a wall again. This is a formal
Fancy
event.
party?
Can you
Check.
button your
100
shirt?
strangers? Check. Grace totally not dressed for the occasion? Check. Now, if only I knew what I was supposed to be doing here.
Grace? You're here.
Yeah, I'm invited, aren't I?
I'm just surprised you even knew it was happening.
Don't worry
Persephone
about that.
said I should come to this.
Oh, okay,
Whatever
we're telling you. Hi.
This is.
Persephone didn't tell you? Why am I not
She told
surprised?
me it was gonna suck.
I don't like the sound of that. What am I missing?
You don't have any of Calliope's memories, right? No deja vu, recollections that aren't your own?
No. Should I have?
Not right away. For a while, you won't remember anything. We call it
Oh,
the
okay, I'm
veil.
glad they're explaining this.
In time, the veil will start to lift, slowly at first, but eventually you'll remember almost everything Calliope did.
That's kind of fucked up.
Seems like the sort of thing you should tell a new idol.
New idols are usually chosen. You would know about this already, except...
Except Calliope was murdered.
Well, remember how old we all are. There are so many memories. So the veil lifts gradually to protect you. Eventually, it's like a flood. It becomes difficult to separate what's you and what's them, and all who came before them.
That's not great.
You're saying I won't be me. I won't be Grace. Will I start calling myself Calliope?
Maybe. Eventually, most of us do, but most of us were chosen and prepared.
And I didn't choose this.
I understand. Take some time to let it sink in. If you like, we can talk about it later.
What does this have to do with the party?
Aphrodite
I was gonna point
hasn't
out
been the
aloud, give
same
him the
since we
shop
came to
change.
the New World. She has horrific memories of what she endured during the war. Passing on her eidolon is a way to forget, for a while.
Oh.
That's what this party is for.
Oh, it's a fucked up suicide party. Okay. Okay.
When you say she's gonna pass on her eidolon, you mean...
She's going to die, yes, and pass her soul on to a chosen successor.
Oh boy. Oh jeez.
in front of everyone?
We're here to help, Grace, to make it easier for Aphrodite to do what she feels she must. We're here to say goodbye, at least for a while.
This isn't the first time Aphrodite's done this. She's held this kind of gathering before, right?
Okay, I
This
understand
is
why
her
Calliope
fourth,
didn't
I think,
want to
perhaps
come.
fifth.
So every time the veil, whatever you call it, when it starts to lift...
Aphrodite's memories return, and eventually it is too much. We gather to pay our respects and to honor the past, while she still remembers it.
Wait. Persephone said Calliope always refused to come to these parties.
She refused on principle. Everything Calliope did was on principle. She believed Aphrodite was indulging her sadness, wallowing in it. She thought Aphrodite should try harder. It was a point of contention between them. Aphrodite will be grateful you're here. Trust me.
Doesn't make me feel any less
Do you
awkward about the
support
situation.
what Aphrodite is doing here?
It's not my choice to make, Grace.
Yeah, but you must have an opinion.
Eventually you will remember what we experienced during the war, and eventually you will remember that what Aphrodite experienced was far worse. If this is the mercy she requires, I will not tell her she should not take it.
Okay, so what did Aphrodite want Calliope to do? What does she want me to do?
Well, knowing Aphrodite, she'll want you to make a production of it all.
Oh, okay,
She's
cool.
not here just yet. Until she arrives, I suggest
I'm gonna make this a show.
mingling.
Great.
Mingling.
Awkward.
Yeah, mingling.
Oh, Eros, hi.
Talk to Eros. Or we can talk more if you like. Just try to relax, Grace.
Eros in the mesh
Sure, yeah.
transparent
Relax.
shirt. We love
That's what
to
this party is
see
for,
it.
right?
I'm gonna talk to Apollo first, just to make sure there's nothing extra.
I know all these people, Grace. For as long as I can remember, I've known them. Yet sometimes I feel like I don't know any of them at all. Or they me.
You don't enjoy these family gatherings, do you?
Are they family gatherings? Like the sort mortals have?
I mean,
You call each other sister and brother and mother.
people don't usually make undying parties.
Yes, but
And you've been together like 100 times longer than I lived with my family. All you're missing is a drunk uncle everyone has to apologize for.
That's Dionysus.
that would be Pan. But yes, I feel very much out of place.
Why is that exactly? Wouldn't you feel more like you belonged after 1,000 years together?
Is your assumption that all those centuries bring great wisdom?
Don't they?
We get older. We have more to forget. We hold grudges longer, but wiser. No. Not so far.
I should get back out there.
Eros, hi.
Grace!
Hey, Eros. Nice to...
Oh! Thank God.
Oh. Okay.
Aphrodite will be so happy you're here. It means so much you have no idea.
Are you okay? You seem a bit...
Oh.
Every time she does this,
His
I
sad,
don't know how to
soulful
handle
eyes.
it. I almost want to run upstairs and demand she stop. Remind her that this never works. Sorry, I shouldn't unload on you. It's been a bad week.
It's definitely been a week.
Hey, I understand.
Oh.
This can't be easy.
She's the one who is suffering. I shouldn't be complaining. I just hate this. I'm there every day, going through it all with her. The nightmares, the panic attacks, the weeks when she just won't get out of bed. I'm there when she forgets the war's over, and I hold her until the screaming stops. Me. I do that.
Oh, Eros.
That sounds awful.
And now I'm arranging her gathering again, so she can die again. And I'll watch it all
Oh, King,
again.
you cannot keep doing this.
Is it okay if I ask what happened? I don't mean to pry, but I'm new. I really don't know.
No, it's okay. I wouldn't usually talk about it, but I know you don't mean any harm. What happened is that Brother Ares happened.
Ah.
He missed out on the first world-spanning war, you see, so he was damned if he'd miss out on the next one. He found some jackbooted mortals, so full of themselves and their supremacy. And he told them about the idols. Then they came for us. Took us completely by surprise. Some they killed, but Aphrodite,
Boy.
her they captured.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Aphrodite was captured, but she's here now. So she must have escaped.
She didn't. Do you know the name Hephaestus?
Mm-hmm.
No. Should I?
God of smiths. He could make anything, any tool or weapon. He was Aphrodite's husband, and he adored her. When he found out the mortals were torturing her, he went mad. He was determined to save her.
They tortured her?
Nothing extreme, I'm told. They were too frightened, but they were also determined to wring every last secret out of her. So, who knows how long that fear would have lasted. Thus, Hephaestus made a deal.
With the, jackbooted guys.
No, with their enemies. That's what saved her.
Got it.
Then this deal is how Aphrodite survived.
It's how we all survived. It's what brought us to the new world. Hephaestus saved us all. We never saw him again. That was the deal. He would leave, make their precious weapons, and never look back. Aphrodite never even got to say goodbye.
Oh.
It's funny, because Aphrodite didn't even like Hephaestus when they were married. She seemed to resent every minute they were together. But now he's all she can think about.
Is there no other way? Does Aphrodite really need to...
To die? I've asked that so many times. She's tried magic, drugs, psychotherapy, meditation, everything we could possibly think of. For a while, she'll deny anything's wrong. It all seems fine, and I start to hope. Maybe this time will be different. Then the nightmares begin, and the memories return. More with each passing day until...
Yeah.
I hate it, but I see her agony. I can't deny her this.
Maybe I just don't understand, but... Isn't this... like, suicide?
Some of the idols have committed suicide. They let themselves die without passing on their eidolon.
What happens?
What you'd expect. They're gone. Forever. Mother says she can't do that. She won't. Not until she sees Hephaestus again, I suspect.
So it's a never-ending
Not
cycle.
that what's happening here is anything casual. She still has to die for a while.
Right.
You sound like you don't approve of what Aphrodite's doing.
What I want is for her to not hurt anymore. What I want is for this to end. She'll ask you to use your power as part of the celebration. Could you use it to inspire her?
I can't force anyone to do anything they don't want to, Eros.
That's not what I'm asking. I believe that deep down, she doesn't want to do this any longer. She must see it isn't working. She just needs the strength to try.
Yeah, break the cycle.
Or I hope that's all she needs.
What if you're wrong? What if she decides not to do this and it keeps getting worse?
Then I'll be with her to help her reach the other side.
If she can.
Yeah. If she can. It's a lot to ask. I'll understand if you can't.
It sure is a lot to ask,
All I want,
buddy.
one way or another, is to get through tonight.
Hey, Apollo, I just had the worst conversation. Do you want to talk
Back
about
again.
I spoke to Eros. He's pretty broken up over all this.
Oh, poor Eros. Each new successor, his hopes rise up once more. And then he watches the new Aphrodite crumble, piece by piece, only to start all over again. It's so different from the olden days. Once he was the eternal disaster, and Aphrodite kept constant vigil over him.
Maybe he feels like he owes her.
I think he's followed her into a dark void, and somewhere, deep down, believes he deserves no better.
I should get back out there.
I think we're gonna just wait for Aphrodite. Hi, Queen. So I heard you're having the worst time of your life.
My family. Having you all here, gathered once again to see me off, it moves me. More than I can say. My loves, my darlings, my dearest friends.
Why are you so shook, Apollo?
And you. Oh, my dear sweet thing. I dare not hope that you, with all your troubles, might sing me to my sleep. Yet here you are. Yet here she is. Huh.
It's lovely to meet you, Aphrodite. Properly, this time.
Ah, yes. Poor Calliope. Such a loss to us all. I shall miss her dearly. To have come so far, only... No, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's too much.
Is this Grace, my lady? The new muse?
Oh!
Hi,
what
girl.
manners I have.
I'm gonna ruin your life.
Grace, meet the lovely mortal woman who shall tonight become the new
Hi,
me.
sorry.
Hi, my name's Venus. And yes, it really is Venus. Nice to meet you, Grace.
Ideally, we are not doing this. I'm so sorry, Venus.
Hi. I have to admit, it'll be weird watching this happen the, proper way.
Because I'm chosen?
I mean...
Yeah. I wasn't. Not like this, anyhow.
My situation was kind of a mess.
Yeah. Lady Aphrodite told me. I'm so sorry. That sounds awful.
There will be so much time for you lovelies to speak later. Now, we must prepare for my departure.
I'm gonna try my best, Eros.
Are you sure we can't talk first? I really need your help, Aphrodite.
I know you do, my dear. I wish I could be there for you, but I'm afraid my time is up. But since you've shown such kindness in coming, I will ask Eros to make himself available to you afterwards. There's nothing I know that he does not. He is my son, my truest friend, my longest love.
Won't he be... a little distracted?
Eros has been through this before, Grace. He knows what must be done.
I just want to say... I'm really sorry that this happened to you, that you need to do this.
Oh.
A babe in our dreary world, and yet already possessed of such earnest purpose.
Thank you, Aphrodite.
She takes this task seriously, Aphrodite.
I need to.
Apollo!
I'm on trial.
Oh, you've come after all.
You look remarkably well, cousin.
I've had a great deal of time to prepare. I assure you that would not be the case. As for you, Grace, have you gathered the true purpose of tonight's gathering?
Oh yeah, I figured out. I connected the dots. Any excuse for a party.
To ease your suffering? To forget about what happened?
An escape into the soothing blackness. To swim in Lethean waters, at least for a time.
Does it help?
I don't know. Each Aphrodite before me begged for mercy. This is all I can do for all of us. Even so, tonight is not about the pain. It is about honoring the memory of what was while that memory still persists. Go, enjoy the gathering, Grace. Tell me when you're ready to begin.
Oh. Oh boy. What a night we're having. Hi, Venus. Let's chat about how I'm taking this away from you if I can.
I should apologize, Grace. Saying that I was chosen like I'm somehow more special. I really didn't mean it that way. I hope you can...
Oh, she's gonna think I'm stopping Aphrodite out of jealousy.
It looks like I'll be doing that a lot. Lady Aphrodite said I'm ready, but I don't know.
Having second thoughts? If so, now's probably the time to mention it.
I would never do that to Lady Aphrodite. I'm just nervous.
That's understandable.
If I can ask, what does it feel like after it happens? Do you feel different?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I was so scared at the time, I didn't know what to think. I had no idea who Calliope really was.
You didn't remember anything? About her? Who she was? She was just gone?
Yeah. Isn't that the point of all this?
I just wanted to be sure. Sometimes it doesn't seem like it could be real.
How do you know Aphrodite exactly?
So I was working at this homeless shelter, right? A couple of years ago, and she came in with one of the older residents. And she was there in this, like, amazing dress. And she's sitting with this guy and really listening to him. Like, they were old friends or something. I just thought, what is someone like her doing in a place like this? So, I just went over and introduced myself.
Cute.
That's it? Just like that.
Yeah. She came back to the shelter a few times, but by then, I guess she'd taken an interest in me instead.
Are you really okay with all this? You know what's gonna happen, right?
I saw a lot of people in crisis at the shelter. I knew something was wrong with Lady Aphrodite.
That makes sense.
She's in so much pain, Grace. She won't let you see how much. Eros called me one night desperate. She wouldn't stop screaming. She didn't know where she was. She's a good person, Grace. A good soul. She deserves mercy.
I get that you want to help Aphrodite, but do you really want to be her? To be an idol?
At first I thought, wow, this is too good to be true. Who wouldn't want to be a god?
So true.
Later I realized they're not all powerful. They don't know everything. They're lost. Do I want to be that? Will I be that when the memories return? I don't know.
So why go through with it?
Because Lady Aphrodite needs me. Maybe, just maybe, if I'm added into the mix of all the people she's been, maybe things will be different.
Oh, I can't ask if her name was really Venus? No! Tragedy. Fucked up.
Back again.
Hi again. Anything new to say to you? Yeah.
I don't think I'll have a chance to talk to Aphrodite. Not before, you know.
Not surprising. Surely Persephone must have realized that.
How? She's never been to one of these things. Anyway, I'm not sure what I'd do now.
You have two choices, Grace. Either you do as she asks and sing her to her rest,
At which point Venus won't have Aphrodite's memories yet.
or you somehow convince her to remain with us and hope she's grateful.
And doesn't regret it. Or get angry at me for ruining her party.
Do what you feel is right. It's a risk either way.
Insane statement, but like if worse comes to worse and she really hates it, she can try
Have you spoken
again.
with Venus? She seems really...
Nice, earnest, a genuinely good person.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's not an accident. Ever since the war, Aphrodite has sought out the kindest, the most innocent souls to be her successors. She chooses them because she believes that over time, it might make her a better person. A more worthy person.
That's kind of
Wouldn't it
fucked
be
up.
better if she chose people who were, I don't know, more resilient?
I suppose that depends on your definition of strength, Grace.
I should get back out there.
Alright, time to ruin a party.
I have tried so hard, fought for so long, but in the end, I must bid you all farewell once again. But before I go, I would like us all to remember the sacrifices that brought us here to this strange new world. This time, it is with the help of our lovely muse that we shall be guided.
Alright, I don't think you're gonna think I'm so lovely after this.
We let them rise. We let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong. We were wrong. Since the beginning we were hidden. We held court from up above. 'Twas the golden age of reason, and I the queen of love. But a plague of hate was spreading, and there were vultures standing by. Before we fell to our knees begging, we fell from the sky. We let them rise, we let it happen. We waited far too long. We thought we shouldn't intervene. We were wrong, we were wrong. We sought shelter from the shadows, but were soon ripped from the dark. Those mortal souls that ended us were jealous from the start. They hunted me for power to fuel their psychopathic cause. And once they fell before me and worshipped all I was, they chased me down and threw me in a cage, held me prisoner for so long. I thought I'd win their hearts again. I was wrong, I was wrong. I see you have the power, it's a poisonous reward. My virtues only scorn me when I was once adored, loved by every mortal, then ripped from paradise. No one suffered greater till he made his sacrifice. The man that I ignored saved me when I fell. Yes, the husband I abhorred rescued me from hell. I thought it was a joke when it was said to me, he struck a deal with our enemy's enemy, made a secret weapon so my captors let me go. He gave up his freedom, leaving just a memory, and this love I'll never know is what he gave to me.
I can't believe what I'm hearing today. If your story stops there, I've nothing to say. I can't imagine. I feel like a child who grew up too fast. The goddess of love can't get past the past. What good is a flame when everything's ash? I can't imagine.
There's no excuse, but mortals can tell.
You know.
There's no sweet release, it's ongoing.
You know. You know.
Everyone's here to bid me farewell. Can you imagine?
I can imagine.
This really happened.
Fuck, did I accidentally lock her into doing it?
I won't let you weep, you know it's too late. Sing me to sleep, pity my fate. My memories won't let me be
Lost in a moment. a song, lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Eros, get in here.
Lost in a moment.
I've never spoken, but this moment's long overdue. 'Cause think of the children is something a mortal would do. This really happens again and again. Stuck in a circle, denying our own memory. She won't look like you, but it's you who will see. Mother, don't want you to be
Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
This is gorgeous. I have shivers.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment. There's fire in you yet. Aphrodite returns, she'll never forget. Finally, we'll be free. Lost in a moment, lost in a song.
Hollow.
Lost in a moment, lost in a song. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment. Lost in a moment.
Mother, is it true? You've chosen to.
Did we do it?
Live. I have chosen to live.
Yeah! Oh. Venus, I'm so sorry. Please don't be mad.
I'm so sorry, Venus. I made you so many promises, dearest, and I won't be able to keep them.
My lady, all I ever wanted was for you to be
Oh,
happy.
thank God.
If this is your wish, I'll be with you at every step.
I as well. Always.
You have a support system, girl.
I hope none of us regret this choice in the days to come. But thank you.
This is the only way you'll get through it. Together, as a family.
Look at your little collection.
If there's any chance, Mother, any at all, this is
I'm
it.
so glad.
I know, my loves. I hope you're right.
Me too.
Now then, Grace. You needed my help.
I need so
no
much
doubt
help.
regarding Calliope's death. Have you any suspicions as
Okay,
to who
so
might be
listen,
responsible?
Athena.
Medusa, possibly.
Athena's looking shady.
She followed Calliope to the reliquary the night of the murder.
So that's where she went.
Calliope came to see us that night. She was agitated,
Damn, Calliope
frightened
went
even,
everywhere.
but she wouldn't explain why.
She said she had a plan. That must have been the reliquary.
Gotcha.
Wait, you saw her? Why wasn't this mentioned earlier?
Well, we knew something was wrong. We were concerned, but not enough to intervene.
Oh, okay.
Calliope was always upset about something. We thought it was just another one of her crusades.
If we'd only known she intended to go to the reliquary. Why didn't she tell us? I'm afraid I can't offer much help, Grace. If you have access to the reliquary, I certainly do not, and I don't know who does. If Medusa was there, I'd ask her why and how. There were always motives lurking within her motives.
Come now, Mother. It's time you rested. It's been a long night.
If I don't, I suppose you'll both gang up on me again.
Yeah. And again.
Very well.
You are loved and supported, and you will know it.
So, did they have anything helpful? Medusa. That's a rather dark name to unearth. Are you thinking of seeking her out?
Carnally.
I have to. How else will I find out what she knows?
You need to be careful, Grace. Medusa is not to be toyed with. Athena employs her as a spy master, a hound to do her bidding, a vicious hound at that. Athena's not likely to tell either of us where to find Medusa. I can't say for certain who would know.
Oh, don't even worry about that. I already got that handled.
Are you all right, Grace? You seem troubled.
I'm on trial.
What you said earlier about Calliope's memories coming back.
That wasn't how I wanted you to find out. I'm sorry. If I might suggest, speak with Persephone about it when you get a chance. It might be good for you.
You think she could help? Persephone?
Persephone and I have our problems, but I can't deny she is insightful. She'll surprise you.
Gonna go over
I
to
might do
Persephone like
that.
a sad wet
Thanks.
cat. Hey girl, I have memories.
So, I have a question. I had an encounter with Pan before the gathering.
Oh god,
and he
oh
spoke
no,
of
oh
you
god.
Fondly?
Oh, the consequences of
Am
my
I
actions.
correct in
Oh,
believing
God.
there's something there?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I really don't get him. Hot one minute, cold the next. You can never tell where he stands on anything.
It's none of my business, but no matter what I've said of Pan, his feelings run deep.
Allegedly.
Oh.
Don't underestimate him, but also don't write him off. Not yet, anyhow. Give my regards to Persephone when you see her.
Do my best. She's gonna call you a bitch. Oh, we're going right to Persephone. I don't get a choice in that one? Okay, hi queen.
Apollo. Always so dramatic. And well done, by the way. You may be the very first person ever to talk sense into Aphrodite.
I still don't know if I did the right thing.
Well, it was never up to you, Grace. The choice has always been Aphrodite's.
But I like...
Look at it this way. At least she has a chance now.
Yeah.
And whether she uses it, we'll see. I remember the last time I passed on my Eidolon. 1952. I was married to, well, I'd say you'd call him a gangster. More of a thug. A mean,
Was it Al
vicious
Capone? Were
little
you married
thug.
to Al Capone?
Persephone saved me from him. Tore his head clean off. But not before he fired a shotgun into her
Oh,
chest.
Persephone's so cool.
My chest? Whatever.
Do you remember who you were before?
I still am her. Chastity, that is. You can see why I switched names. Oh, I remember
pretty
being
bad.
disgusted I was ever that weak. I mean, Persephone made me strong. But it never really goes away. We all have our sordid history, our personal horrors, building up like sediment around our souls. You can't let it bury you, Grace. You are the only one who can keep your head afloat.
I'm still
You're
gonna
incredible.
flirt with you.
You know that?
There's no need to be facetious, Grace.
No, really.
And what of Pan?
Fuck.
Is he also incredible?
I've been called out. Ah, shit. Ah, beans. Ah, fuck.
Why would you ask me that?
You are not as difficult to read as you believe, Grace.
Well, maybe I'm just indecisive. Oh, I've glitched out of the world? I didn't even do this on purpose? Okay. I'm so bad at playing games normally.
It's different. He's fun. You know, he gets me. Or at least sometimes I think he does.
How thrilling for you. At any rate, you've only one place left to look.
Good thing I know where Medusa is.
Well, that doesn't thrill me. Whatever you get up to, Grace, don't be stupid.
Persephone, baby girl, take me back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry Pan got to me first. Baby girl, I can change. I'll come back for you. I'll do another playthrough. Hi, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
You've returned. I'm glad.
Are you
I've had
mad at me
time
for
to do
dating
some
Pan now?
thinking. After Aphrodite's party, we never really spoke about the Eidolon and Calliope's memories. No doubt you have many questions.
Apollo told me a little about it. He did say I should talk to you, though.
Did he now? Is there anything you'd like to ask?
Let's
How
start
many
with
times
you.
have you died? Can I ask that?
We call it passing on. I've lost track of just how many times I've passed on my Eidolon. A dozen? It's happened less often in more recent eras.
And the one you told me about, the woman married to that gangster? She was the most recent?
I don't think of Chastity as a she. That was me, just as the one my husband blasted with a shotgun was also me. It was one of the few times I wasn't able to prepare my successor. We were friends, yes, but I didn't know what Persephone was, and I had no idea what I'd just become.
That must have been difficult.
It was more difficult taking over my dead husband's territory. Women weren't often mobsters in
Had
those
to be done.
days.
Were you really a gangster? I've heard it said, but it sounds...
Let me put it this way. I felt as if I'd been blessed by a dying woman who saved me from a prison of my own making. I didn't know what I was, but I was free. I felt more alive than I'd ever felt before, and strong enough to toss an ox 10 feet. Did I set out to become a mobster? Not exactly. My husband's friends thought I'd murdered him, however, so they came after me. And one thing led to another.
Oh, I see.
And then boom, you're the king.
Athena found me just as my memories were starting to return. I wasn't permitted to continue doing something so noticeable.
Oh, come on.
So I was carted
They
off
don't
to
let her have
Olympus.
shit.
It's too bad, really. I was an excellent mobster.
I believe it.
Wait, you said that Persephone passed on her Eidolon as she lay dying. What if she had just died?
The Eidolon will keep us alive for a time, even in the most horrific circumstances, in hopes that there's someone to pass it on to.
What if there isn't? What if Chastity had died before you were shot?
Well, then the line of Persephone would have ended then and there. Oh, there are some stories that say an Eidolon will go wandering, that it never really dies. And who knows if there's any truth to that. It's not exactly something we've had the opportunity to study. All we know is that many idols have left us forever. They've died, and that's how it happens.
When all these memories start to return, will I feel different?
First, you'll have dreams. Places you've never been, people you've never met. But unlike with normal dreams, these will linger. Then they will come while you're awake. Sudden flashes or snippets of déjà vu. And sometimes it will seem so real you'll swear you're hallucinating. If there's anything difficult about the process, is that it becomes hard to differentiate between your life and all these other lives you're now recalling.
It does sound confusing.
Yeah.
Confusing and often unpleasant, as not all the memories will be fond ones. But that will pass in time.
You said it becomes hard to differentiate your life from the others. How hard, exactly? It'll still be me, right?
Oh, how do I explain this? Grace, would you say that you are who you are because of your experiences? The things you've lived and done?
I guess so, sure.
Well, all the things Calliope has done, and those before her, will now be yours. They will feel like a part of your life as well.
A fucked up
Thus,
inheritance.
they can't help but shape you. The Grace that is now will be and will have done so much more. Fortunately, you don't have to deal with every memory. Each time the Eidolon passes on, the oldest memories fade, and that helps.
Wait, how is it good that old memories start to fade?
Think of how old we are, Grace. If all those memories returned to you with perfect clarity, they would destroy you.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean you've all forgotten so much?
Well, far more than we remember. The further I think back, the more it becomes a bit of a blur, actually. You'll recall important moments. Some will be mixed up with the stories mortals tell, and you won't be sure which is the memory and which is the story. An idol's memory is a series of islands in a dark ocean. And they become smaller and smaller as they recede into the horizon.
Interesting.
It sounds dire, but you become accustomed to it. It just takes time. And now you have all the time
I have
in the
less
world.
than a week. Let's not
That's a
forget
lot
that.
to consider. Assuming I'll even have time to worry about it, what with the trial coming.
Either the trial will end poorly, in which case all of this is moot, or it will end well, and you will have plenty of time to digest.
Right.
Yeah, thanks for the update.
I'm a realist, Grace. It's what I'm best at. Now then, unless you've something else to ask.
Oh, I apparently do.
Tell me more about the war. It seems to have had a huge effect on all of you.
That's putting it mildly.
Sorry.
From Aphrodite's song, I know Ares betrayed everyone. What did you do?
Honestly, after my mother was murdered, I barely remember.
Your mother?
Demeter.
Her name was Demeter. Not truly my mother, but an idol who had always cared for me since the early days. I thought we'd be together forever. Then Ares brought those filthy bastards down on us. Demeter was slain by bullets. By bullets. Until that day, I had believed we were untouchable.
Why would Ares do that? Did he get anything out of it in the end, or...?
What he got was a final death. A few of us hunted him down and made sure he paid for his betrayal. He choked on his own blood.
Good.
As for why he did it, who knows? He thought us a lost cause. He wanted glory. He wanted more than we had, living in secret. After that, I don't know. We went from hiding place to hiding place. I didn't even know what Hephaestus had done for us when I found myself on a boat. We might have been gods once, but after the war, we were just refugees, like so many others, fleeing to a distant land.
Was it hard for the idols to come to the New World? It's just a place like any other, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't the place that was hard, it was the fear. We knew we were vulnerable. We knew mortals could and would kill us. Suddenly, there were rules. We had to be secret. We had to stay close together. We huddled in the shadows and quaked each time the mortals so much as breathed in our direction. We couldn't all live that way. Some of us drifted away, faded into the night without so much as an explanation. That's what's been the hard part. Our inevitable decline in a place where we don't belong. We can pass on our eidolons as often as we like, but it will never truly be home.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the other muses? You mentioned 2 others. Were they lost in the war?
One of them was, though not like you think. The day we were to leave on the ship, Talia simply
You know what?
never
Live your
showed
life,
up.
Talia. I'm sure you're having a great time
Do you know what
somewhere.
happened to her?
We never heard from her again. Apollo thrashed about in mourning, but Talia had been fading away for years. It wasn't a surprise to the rest of us.
What about the other muse? Cleo.
Died long before. A victim at the hands of a mortal man, when she no longer possessed the power to bedazzle him. As I understand it, he kept her in a cage as a pet until her eidolon shriveled up and perished. He was dead before she was.
Ugh, that's pretty dark.
Fucked.
Yes, well, we come by our wariness of mortals honestly, Grace.
What's the deal between you and Apollo?
What's
The
up
way
with you
you
and the
2
boy?
fight.
I've told you how he and the other idols stood by and let me rot with Hades, did I not?
It seems more personal than that.
Okay, there's an old saying that no one escapes the underworld. But that's not true. I did. Once. Not long after Hades kidnapped me. I was homesick, and I missed my mother.
And Apollo sold you out.
Charon took pity on me and allowed me across the Styx. And after that, Grace, I waded through darkness itself to get out of there. Hades chased after me relentlessly, but I evaded him, right up until I got to the very slopes of Olympus. And who do you suppose was the first idol I met?
Apollo.
Uh-oh.
Apollo stood there. I cried out to him, begging him not to let Hades take me, and yet Apollo did as he has always done. Absolutely nothing. Hades was thrilled, and I knew then and there I could never rely on my so-called family for anything, ever again.
That's all I can think of for now. I'll see you around.
All right, well, on that fun note, I'm going to leave your house, Persephone. Bye. All right. I think that I am going to stop there for tonight. Thank you for swinging by. Thank you for watching the stream. I don't have a Discord server to send you all to or anything else. Thank you for coming. I hope you had fun. And I don't know when I'll stream again. Maybe tomorrow. I have my landlord coming over, so I need to make sure they don't show up too late. But I will probably stream the next part again soon. Have a good night. Bye.